again, take another moment to settle into your body, and that might mean rubbing at the thighs, or rolling the shoulders, or taking a slight bit of movement in order to get both sit bones round down. And always feel as though in the moment you can settle the movement and sit in something that feels a bit like stillness. And as we sit this morning, like you're listening to the soft cityscape. The sounds of the city this morning. Somewhat dark or balanced tone. I'm going to practice a pranayama, breath work, but we'll be using our imagination to direct the breath. This breath is known often as nadi shodhana, or nostril breathing. And that you take a breath in through both nostrils and softly out through both nostrils. In through both nostrils. And out through both nostrils. Again, in through both nostrils, even if you have to use your imagination. Out both nostrils. Now we go one at a time. In through the left nostril. And out through the right nostril. In through the right. And out through the left. In left nostril. Out right nostril. In through right. And out through left. In left. And out right. In right. And out. Like you continue just like that. And as you use your imagination to direct the brain, you might to use your imagination to watch a breath travel up a small golden thread on the side of the spine, looping at the head before it trickles down, the same golden thread but other side of the spine. nostrils, up and down either side of the spine. Knowing that the finish line is just in sight. A couple more rounds. And then finish your final breath out through the left nostril. Before coming back to an even breath and dropping the technique, but staying very much breathing. And please feel free to stay in your seat for as long as you would like. Otherwise, gently reach the arms forwards. And take your left fingertips over to the left hand side. Keep your right arm alongside your right ear as you take a little side lean. And as you reach long through your right fingertips, press down through your outer right hip. Breathe into your right arm. And the same thing to the other side. Reach the right fingertips down the left arm alongside the left ear. And grow as long as possible without being too tight at the shoulders. And gently come all the way back into the middle, release the hands down to the ground and slowly make your way towards a downward facing dog. Make the down dog feel lovely and stretchy for a moment. So you kind of bounce out through the butt. And then take both heels to one side, both heels to the other side. So pulse your chest back. Give it a nice feel-good stretch. And as you make these initial movements in your body, begin to find your hands at shoulder width distance, but if not a little wider. Okay. And same with the feet, hip width distance, but maybe a little wider. And then there's always that softness to the knees. Very nice. And even with the soft knees, you can feel the heels working towards the ground and the butt working up towards the ceiling. Super. And then slowly round it forwards to a plank pose. Okay. Feel the heels kick back and the sternum of the chest draw itself forward. Can you find a longer neck? Good breath. And then let the knees to the ground and kick back for a child's pose. Stay away, walk the hands over to the right hand side. And then slide the the right fingertips back. So the right fingertips are just beneath your shoulder. Press down through all 10 fingertips, lift the chest a little and spin the chest gaze towards the right hand side. So you're in a little bit of a side lean and a little bit of a twist. Okay. Same thing, just to the other side. Slide the right arm forwards, back through the middle, and then arms over to the left. And just slide the left fingertips back so it's underneath the left shoulder, ish. Press down and you find that lift of the chest and the head in the spiral of the torso lift. Come all the way back into the center. And then round forwards to a tabletop. I'd like you to reach the right arm forwards and up. The right arm all the way back and down with the right fingertips facing the right knee. Land the heels of the hands in line with one another, and then a soft bend through your right elbow. Little bend through the right elbow so that you can take the right collarbone out to the right hand side. Okay, reach the left arm towards it. Back and down, your wrist flipped, and the heels of the hands lining up with one another. And you might want to take your hands a little wider so they remain shoulder width distance. Bend both elbows. And then draw the chest forward, lift the sit bones up. Chin to chest, round, empty. Keep the elbows bent as you round back and up. 4 more times, pull the heart forward, keep a bend in the elbows as you lift the chest. And then chin to chest, round and empty. Keep the bend in the elbows. 3 more times with your breath, so you can take this at whatever pace your breath is breathing at. Just as long as you work hard to keep the elbows softly bent. And the bend of the elbows, they bend back towards your hips. Sit back onto the heels, tuck the toes under, and reach the arms all the way up. Find the backs of the hands. And then take the fingertips forwards and curl the fingertips in towards the chest, but press heavy through the wrist so that you get a little release. Release the arms down 2 more times. Arms reach up. Find the backs of the hands. And then take the fingertips forwards and flick in towards yourself, heavy through the heels of the hands before releasing. 1 more time. Reach up through the arms, catch the backs of the hands. Fingertips forwards, but then in towards you. And then release the hands down. Go back to down facing dog. Slide the hands forward. Toes tucked under. Sit bones all the way back. A little shake out through the head. Slowly lift the heels nice and high. Lots of little steps all the way to the top of the mat. And find yourself in a extended forward fold. Feet as wide as the hips. Either letting the arms dangle or catching the opposite elbow with the opposite hand. You can be in stillness or you can find a soft sway side to side. Gently release the arms. And take a slow heart breath. Empty the breath and fold. 2 more times. Halfway lift, breathing. Fold and empty. Try to keep the eyes to the ground. Halfway lift, crown of head forwards rather than behind. Bow and fold. And slowly rise all the way to a stand. Ready, release the arms alongside the body. Feet to foot distance. Now down to feet. Now modified Sunday. Arms reach up to the slow rhythm in. Arms in. Bow, fold, and empty. Take a halfway lift again. Land hands and step it back to a plank pose. Put your shoulders forward as much as feels comfortable. then lower yourself forwards and down, all the way to the belly. Reach the arms alongside your ears and point all 10 toes. Reach the fingertips. Hover the legs, the arms, and part of the torso. Take a full breath in. And then bend the elbows and bend the knees. Keep the toes pointed. Arms alongside the ears, take a breath in. Bend knees, bend elbows, look a little forwards. One more time, reach the arms forward, take it nice and slow, keep reaching. Bend the elbows, lift the chest. Pause here, hands underneath shoulders. Knees down, lift the chest, hug the elbows in, point all 10 toes. Child's pose, press down and back. Round it forwards to a tabletop. And then go downward facing dog as go full breath in. Soft knees as you take the breath. One more breath in. Stay as you take. Great, now you lift the heels again. Bend the knees quite deeply and look forward. It's a big step to the top of the mat. One foot and then the other. Halfway lift, crown of head rather than eyes forwards. Bow and empty into it. Great, rise all the way to a stand. Reach up through the arm. And then release the arms alongside the body. Feet together, a big toes touch and a little gap between the heels. Bend the knees for chair pose. Take a breath. Fold and empty. Halfway lift as you make. Land hands, step it back to the plank pose. Shift the shoulders forwards. Slowly lower all the way to the belly. Everything land at once. Reach the arms alongside the ears as you point all 10 toes. Get as long as possible. And then bend the elbows, bend the knees, point all 10 toes up. One more time. Lengthen arms, legs. Bend the elbows, roll the arms back. Bend the knees, point all 10 toes. Hands underneath your shoulders but slightly back. Press down to the knees as you lift the chest. Inhale. Take it back, child's pose. Forwards to a tabletop before a downward facing dog. When you arrive in a down dog, sit hands, sit. Slowly allow the feet to come together for this one and reach the right leg all the way back and up. Let the knee come across the body and tap the left elbow. Slowly, three-legged down dog. Keep the leg all the way back and up. Knee across the body, taps the left elbow. It's more three-legged downward facing dog. And stay. Knee across the body, taps the elbow. You can pause here before you take the knee all the way up to the nose. And set the foot between the hands. Like you make the stance a little shorter and wider than warrior one. Rise all the way up as you keep the bend through the front knee and long through the back leg. Practice the elbows to lift hard and try not to lean too far back. Arms lengthen, back leg pushes long. And bend the elbows, pull the chest forwards and up. Arms alongside the ears. Lean out halfway forward, belly to thigh. Pause when you make the contact, belly and thigh touching. Keep fingertips reaching forward and right, moving back. Land the hands down, step it to a plank pose. Push the shoulders forwards. Lower all the way down to the belly. Take the arms alongside the ears and point all 10 toes. Bend the elbows, bend the knees, point the toes. Again, take limbs long. Then elbows, then knees, point the toes. Hands underneath shoulders and slightly back. Find the knees as you lift the chest, really any amount. Child's pose. To a tabletop. Then a downward facing dog. Slowly sit the feet together, standing touch. Then climb left leg all the way back up. Okay, let's take a breath in together. Then knee across the body taps the right elbow. Three-legged down dog. Knee across body, left hand taps. Three-legged downward facing dog. Big press. Last time, knee across the body, left hand taps. Then go knee up into nose, so big press with the arms and then foot between hands. Count it up. Make the stance a little bit shorter and wider for warrior one. Slowly rise up through the arms. Take a breath. And then cactus the elbows and find a little back bend by moving forwards and up through the chest. Yes, arms reach. Take a breath. Again, it's a cactus the elbow, move the chest forwards and up. Once more, arms lift. Last time, elbows bend. This time, as you reach the arms alongside the ears, stay firm through your back foot. Lean it halfway forward, trying to make contact. Your belly to your front thigh. Note it is deep inflection, so for some, not so comfortable. If you can keep reaching fingertips forwards and trying to wind your left hip back. One more breath. Now land your hands and step it back to a plank pose. Lift your shoulders forward, straighten. Lower all the way down, soft landing. Reach the arms alongside the ears, point all 10 toes. Bend the elbows, lift the chest and knees. You got it. Once more, reach limbs nice and long. And then cactus the elbows, bend knees, point all 10 toes. Hands underneath shoulders, slightly back. Rock back, find knees and then back bend. Hug the elbows and draw the chest forwards, take it back to a child's pose. Round it forwards to the tabletop. Down facing dog. And 5 cycles of breath. You can find that nice spread of the fingers. A little bit more grounding down through the thumb and first finger side of the hand as you press your arms long without locking out of the elbows. Alright, let's lift the heels. Bend the knees and look forwards. Big step or light hop to the top of the mat. Find that halfway lift with the crown of the head forward rather than the eyes. Fold and empty, keep knees soft. Chair pose, you can scoot your feet. As you bend knees, reach arms. Then rise to a stand with the arms alongside. Above. Take a chair pose with feet hip width distance. In the knees and reach the arms. And then take the belly all the way to the thighs as you reach the fingertips forwards and forwards and forwards. And it might mean you need to take a deeper bend through the knees. Chest is somewhat parallel to the ground. Take your right thumb to your right hip crease and hook it. You reach longer through the left fingertips. Take your left elbow to the outside of your right knee. Flick your right shoulder away with your left fingertips as you spin your gaze, perhaps. What would it be like to bend the knees a little more? To shoot the crown of the head forwards a little more. Take a breath. Gaze spins down as you empty, rise all the way to stand, reach the arms up. Cactus the elbow, lift the heart, and the back bend be at the top of the spine rather than the back. Arms lift, lower belly lifts, tailbone softens. Chair pose, bend at the knees. And I'd almost like you to find an imaginary block between the thighs. There's a bit of a hugging in. Begin to bend the knees a bit more as you take your belly all the way to your thighs. Chest is somewhat parallel to the ground. Fingertips are reaching towards my mat rather than the ceiling. Bend the knees a little more to catch belly and thighs. When you're ready, left thumb to left hip crease. Reach the right fingertips as far forwards as they can possibly reach. And then take elbow to the outside of the left knee. Flick the left shoulder tip away with the right fingertips. Chin away from the chest. Crown of head towards my mat. Tailbone super long and towards the back of the room. We've got one more breath. Gaze spins down and you'll rise all the way to a stand. Arms reach up. Cactus the elbow and the back bend be at the upper back rather than the lower. Arms reach the lower belly. Fold and empty. Tips all the way. Halfway lift as you lengthen. Step back, plank pose with downward facing dog. Turn a plank to move through any variation of a vinyasa, including a little cat-cow moment. Step your feet together so that they touch. Take the right leg all the way back up. Just one time, knee across the body. Knee up into the nose. Step the foot between the hands. Warrior one, set the back foot in and down, reach the arms up. Full breath. Halfway forward, belly to thigh, keep the arms alongside the ears. Keep winding the right hip back, come off the back heel, and step into the front foot. Warrior three, hands can come to the chest. Crown of head is reaching as far forwards as possible. Soften the left hip, but pick up the right. Begin to bend your right knee, tap the left toes to the very back of the mat, crescent lunge. Reach the arms forwards and up. Bend the elbows and bend the back knee. It almost taps down to the ground. Arms reach, back leg towards the straight. Just the back leg. Bend, back knee, front knee stays bent. Keep the front leg as it is, back leg long. Last one, bend the back knee. Pause here, tap the back knee all the way to the ground with the hands and straighten the front leg. Very nice. Free bend into the front knee. Release the front leg towards the straight bend. One more time, bend into the front knee. Time to pick up all 5 toes of the front foot as you take the hips back. Walk the hands over to the right hand side. Pull the right hip towards the back of the room as you drop your head. Feel the length through the left side body as you breathe a little bit more exclusively into the left lung. slowly come back into a midline. Lunge into the front knee. Great. Feel free to double up your mat if you've got a sensitive back knee. Otherwise, I'd like you to take your forearm to your right knee. And then begin to bend your back knee. Back knee. And your gaze is somewhere steady. We've got quite a big lunge in the front knee, and my hips are moving towards the ground now. Once you feel balanced, keep drawing the back heel bone in towards the butt. Reach your left arm all the way up. So I'd like you to use your hamstring strength to keep drawing the heel in towards the butt. Keep reaching long through the torso and let the tip of the nose begin to lift. Keep kicking heel towards the butt as you reach the right arm up. Keep kicking heel towards the butt as you press heavy down through the right big toe. Keep the heel towards the butt as you back the hips off. Take a breath in. Land hands. Tuck back toes. Both legs to a straight. Breathe in. Bend elbows, fold and empty. Walk hands over to the left hand side of the mat. Turn the toes in and heels out. Get a halfway lift. Crown of bend elbows, fold forwards and down. I'm going to take any hand variation. Hands to the ground, big toes. And you can also choose whether you'd like to be here in stillness or whether you'd like to find soft movement. Into the halfway mark, step the fingertips out. Slowly walk the hands back to the top of the mat. With a little lunge, you look forward. Make sure you've got a nice long stance. And then we'll find warrior two, but just in the legs for now. So I look at my back heel. I drop it in and down so that the front heel and the back heel or back in the arch is lining up with one another. My front knees hovering over my ankle. Crown of head is forwards. Right fingertips to the inside of the right foot. Left arm reaches forwards. Right hip moves back. Right hip moves back. Left arm reaches up. Right hip moves back. The gaze spins towards the ceiling. One breath in. Spin the gaze down. Warrior two. Like me, come out of the front knee bend, re-bend it for the front palm, reverse the shape, keep the bend through the front knee for a moment. Come back to warrior two, arms long. This time we reverse the shape, press front leg towards the straight, take a reach as well as a slight leg. Trikonasana, reach your right fingertips forward, bump the left hip back. Unlock the front knee. Now hands to shin, or to a block, or to the ground. Left arm to the sky. Keep pressing heavy down through your right big toe. Crown of head super, super long. Keep pressing in. And try and move your right outer hip away from your right big toe. And that action also requires a little softening of the left hip. Now you spin the left arm. Gaze spins down. We'll find a supported warrior three. Bend into the front knee. Two hands to the ground. Step into the front. Take a halfway lift. Knee to nose, rounded and empty. Once more. Kick the left leg long, pull the crown of head forwards. Knee to nose, round and empty. Rise all the way to a stand, and then to the chest, reach the arms up. Hands to hips. then take hold of the left ankle, your left hand. Point the knee down. Let the heart lift forwards and then up. So the back bend is really in the upper back rather than the low back. Yeah. Pull the chest forwards and up. Hug the shoulder blades in. Right arm alongside right knee. I'd like you to hinge at the hips forwards. Really any amount. Keep the heel in towards the butt. Keep the gaze spinning forward. Now kick the left leg back, but then try and kick the left foot up. Kick the left foot back, then try and kick the left foot up. One more time. Kick the left foot back, try and kick the left leg up. Slowly come back in, through, middle, knees, chest. 2 feet down, 2 arms down, chair pose. When the knees reach the arms. Fold and empty. Halfway lift, find space. Land hands back to a plank pose or a down dog. Current plank. Move to any variation of a. Set the feet together so that they touch. Left leg to the sky. Take it all the way back. One time, knee across the body, make contact with the elbow. And then go knee all the way up into the nose, so long arms. Step the foot between the hands. So warrior one, the stance is wide, so as wide as your hips. Great. Once you've set the legs, reach the arms up. And in warrior one, we're trying to square the hips off, so the front of hip points are moving forwards, which in this orientation means that the left hip feels like it's moving back. There's a lift of the lower belly to support the spine lengthening. I'd like you to begin to hinge at the hips and lean it halfway forward, chest parallel-ish to the ground. Keep the back heel going down for a moment so that you are long. When you're ready, it's warrior three. Hands wherever you'd like them to be. So hands to heart center, arms to be forward, hands to be to the ground. Feel a slight back bend. Softly begin to bend your left knee until the right toes tap the very, very, very back of the mat. Arms reach up, crescent lunge or a long stance. Cactus the elbow, bend the back knee as if it was to tap the ground. Keep the bend through the front knee, just press the back leg towards the straight as you reach the arms up. 2 more times, bend back knee, cactus elbow, lift the chest forwards and up. Straighten the back legs to lengthen the arms. Last one, bend. Pause here and then lower the back knee all the way to the ground. Land the hands, press the front leg towards the straight. Bend into the front knee, take a breath in. Front leg long as you drop the head. Nice and slow, bend into the front knee, lunge it and look forwards. Front leg towards the straight, drop the head, pick up all 5 toes with the front foot. Walk the hands over to the left hand side. Drag the left hip back as you soften the crown of the head. Really flex the toes back towards the face. Keep winding the left hip back. Slowly come all the way back into the middle. We'll take a hand or a forearm to the knee. And then a moment if you need to double up. But for me to find a spot on my back knee that doesn't hurt, I have to lift my knee up and then place my knee back down that long leg so that I get the front of the knee rather than the middle of the knee. Alright, we're going to keep the big lunge through the front hip and slowly reach the right arm. And chest is moving forward rather than opening up to the side. Tailbone is moving towards the right back knee. Chest is moving forwards towards me, and then it catches a little lift. Like you use your hamstring strength to draw left heel to the butt. And this might require a bit more of a flex of the toes rather than a point for now. Keep drawing heel to butt. Lower belly lifts to support the spine. Take the left arm up. Chest moves forwards and up. Tip of nose lifts, but without cranking the neck. One more breath. Draw heel to butt to empty. Stay here, back the hips off, heel to butt. Land the hands land to the back foot. Press both legs to a straight forward. Walk the hands over to the right hand side. Use your fingertips for that same half lift that you've been doing. Hold in and empty. Shift the weight forward. Now, in this shape, widening forward fold, we're going to do what you'd like to do here today. So you can be working round, head towards the ground, find yourself sway side to side. Stillness or movement, just as long as toes are slightly in, heels are slightly out, and you're playing with the shift of your weight. Let go of the head, let go of the neck. And lastly, fingertips underneath line of shoulders. Take the half in. Walk the hands back to the top of the mat. Lunge and look forward. Make sure that you've got this lovely long stance. Now we set up warrior two in the legs. So drop the back heel bone in and down. So it's a long stance. Keep the stance very, very long. Make sure that the front knees moving in line with the front toes. Back toes are slightly turned. It's heel to heel, heel to inner arch alignment. Lift fingertips inside of left foot. Right arm reaches forward, left hip moves back. Right arm reaches up, left hip moves back. Gaze spins up. Take a full breath. Softly spin the gaze down and then rise up, warrior two. Don't worry if you lose the legs for a moment, but then weave in that front knee as you spread the arms. Flip the front palm, reverse the shapes. Keep the warrior two legs just for now. And then warrior two, long arms. This time you can straighten the front leg as you reverse the shape. Trikonasana, reach the left fingertips forwards, the right hip back, and then hand to shin, block or ground. Keep pressing down through your left big toe, move your left outer hip away. Make sure your back toes are turned slightly in, so that your heel finds my heel. Yes, there we go. Find a big breath into your right arm. Last in together. Gaze spins down, top arm reaches forward, bend into the front knee, supported warrior three. Start with fingertips down. Keep the right heel back as the crown of heel reaches forward. Knee to nose, round and empty. Once more, kick back, reach forwards. Knee to nose, round and empty. Stay compressed for a moment as you rise to a stand. Do your best to keep balance. Reach the arms up. Knee into it. Now slowly release the arms. Lift hand to hip. Bend the left knee so it's pointing down towards the ground. Reach back to catch the ankle. Right knee down towards the ground. Heart reaches forwards and upwards. The same pattern we've been working. Hug the shoulder blades in. Left arm alongside left ear, long through front line of the body. Hinge at the hips, any amount forwards. Keep heels above. Perfect. Once you're happy with the lean forwards, kick the foot back, but then kick the foot up. 3 more times. Kick back, kick up, kick back, kick up. Last one, a big kick back and a little kick up. Slowly, slowly return through middle, lower belly lifts. Arms reach, knee into chest. Chair pose, 2 feet planted, 2 knees bent, take a breath and lift the chest. Fold and empty fully. Halfway. Final vinyasa if you so choose. Big back is good and down low. As slow as possible, round forwards. Knees to ground up to the heels, child's pose. If you have conversion practice, I won't cue you into it today, but you're more than welcome to take it to headstand, forearm stand, or a quick pose like yoga. You have half of it, so not too long. Either way, you're staying too well, moving into chosen shape. With a steady breath. And calm breath. Cycles of breath. Slowly take it into a seat before swinging the legs forwards. Grabbing hold of your 2 blocks and then lowering my leg. Actually, the blocks are already set up for a started push pose. So blocks behind you. One block is on this middle sitting. The other block is on its highest sitting. The block on the middle sitting will be lined up just at the base of the armpits. And then the other block will be at the back of the hip. But before we lay down like this, walk the butt back in your mouth. Keep rounded out through the back body, keep the knees bent neck. Once there is no more space to walk the butt back, clasp from the belly to thigh. And that's your cue to let you go. So this one's less about big stretch to the back of the legs. More about feeling the fascia chain line of the back body, so you might feel this back of neck, even across the top of the head, along either side of the spine. Low back. Give it a breath. Last breath. Gently release the hands and roll yourself back up. So we're finishing with a restorative back bend, but if you would prefer to take the active one before lying down, go on up. Otherwise, we'll stay with this setup. This first block, take it to the back where you imagine your heart to be. It's probably just above your brow line. It's quite a big lift up through the upper back. And I often will wriggle side to side until my shoulder blades feel like they're landed. Then that second block, I like it on its highest setting, but you can also take it down to its middle setting, lower setting, or remove it completely. Legs, however you would like them to be. Arms, however you would like them to be. I encourage you to take the arms wide. This can sometimes be a tricky one to set up. So if the shape doesn't feel nice or delicious, then it's probably just a millimeter move of a block. You can take it in the shape. Or as long as you like. This is soft breath, friends. We have about 5 minutes to the class. This may be your final words of close. And absolutely optional. To lay here or move to the final pose. Any one of them. Severe only your body. Some movement of the breath. Perhaps you keep a natural breath or you slowly invite back in under. back into the soft cityscape. I've been reading this poem recently. It's called What We Carry, Not Being Released. There are things you think you can release, but how can you let go of what never truly was touched? How can your hands open wide when they've never truly clasped the weight of what you're trying to surrender? You can't drop something that hasn't settled in your bones first, that hasn't rooted in your heart, that hasn't whispered in your ears long enough to become a part of your pulse. Think you're ready to walk away, but the truth is, you've been holding it all this time, in the spaces between your breath, in the silence, when no one is watching, in the shadows, where you don't dare to look. You can't let go of the love that never left you, the grief that never left you, the dreams that never left you, because they all stayed long enough to become a piece of you. And hold them, even though you don't realize it, in the curves of your shoulders, in your breath, in the way you walk. Like you're still carrying something you're not sure you can put down. But maybe that's the point. You must first hold it and truly hold it before you can set it free. You must let it into your body, let it change your shape, let it press into your chest until it no longer feels like something to fight against. Only then can you know what it is to let go, not to release with force, but to gently open up the palms of your hands. Can't let go of what you never truly held. But once you do, you'll understand how it was always yours to carry, and how it was always yours to release. Full breath. Out the lips and release the breath. And like you very slowly begin to feel into your body. Take small movements before the large ones. And as seamlessly as you can, draw yourself out of the shape and take a moment in any shape that comes up, whether it is rounding out in sleep or laying back on the body. other and then back to self. Thank you so much for your company this morning. Thank you very much for your practice. Have a very lovely day. If you have any questions, please come see me when you've spoken.